The bell above the bakery door chimed softly as a gust of cold winter air followed a tired woman and her small son inside. The warmth wrapped around them instantly, carrying the comforting smell of fresh bread and sugar. But despite the cozy glow of hanging lights and neatly arranged pastries, the woman's eyes held a quiet storm. Her coat was worn, her hands slightly trembling, not from the cold, but from something heavier. She guided her son to the wooden counter, where rows of golden pies and soft cookies seemed almost too perfect to touch. "Mom, can we get that one?" the boy asked softly, pointing at a cherry pie with a delicate lattice crust. His eyes sparkled with hope, the kind only children carry, pure, unfiltered, and unaware of life's harsh limits. She hesitated. Her fingers slowly opened her purse. Inside, only a few crumpled bills and scattered coins. She counted once. Then again. Her heart sank deeper each time. She was short. Just $3 short. A lump formed in her throat as she looked at her son. He had been so patient these past months. No complaints. No demands. Just quiet understanding far beyond his years. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice cracking. We don't have enough." The boy blinked, confused at first. Then he gave a small nod, trying to smile. "It's okay, Mom. I'm not that hungry." But she knew. And that made it worse. Tears welled in her eyes as she turned slightly away, covering her mouth to hold herself together. "I'm sorry," she said again, this time more to herself than to him. "I'm so sorry, over just $3. Behind the counter, the baker had been watching silently. He was dressed simply, white shirt, apron dusted with flour, but there was something different about him. Not just the calm in his eyes, but the way he observed, like he was measuring more than just a transaction. He stepped closer, gently placing the boxed cherry pie on the counter. "You chose a good one," he said softly. The woman quickly wiped her tears, embarrassed. "I'm sorry, we can't afford it." The baker glanced at the coins, then back at her. "Looks like you're only a few dollars short." She nodded, her voice barely audible. "Yes. I didn't realize." There was a pause. A quiet moment that seemed to stretch longer than it should. Then the baker did something unexpected. He pushed the box slightly toward her. "It's already paid for." She frowned, confused. "No, I didn't." "Someone just covered it," he interrupted gently, with a small, reassuring smile. The boy's eyes lit up instantly. "Really?" The woman hesitated. "But, who?" The baker simply shrugged. "Sometimes kindness doesn't need a name." Her lips trembled again, but this time from gratitude. Thank you so much." As they left, the boy held the pie carefully, like it was the most valuable thing in the world. And in that moment, it was. But what she didn't know, what she couldn't have imagined, was that the man behind the counter wasn't just a baker. He was a billionaire. A CEO of a global empire worth over $15 billion. A man who had built companies, led thousands, and made decisions that moved markets. Yet, none of that mattered to him in that moment. Because years ago, he had been that same little boy, standing beside his own mother, watching her count coins, apologizing over things she couldn't control. And he never forgot how that felt. So now, he watched from the window as the woman and her son disappeared into the snowy street, sharing quiet laughter over a simple pie. To the world, it was just $3. But to him, it was everything. And maybe, just maybe, kindness like that has a way of coming back around. If this story touched your heart even a little, don't forget to subscribe, because sometimes, the smallest stories carry the biggest lessons.